Hey, guys, let me not lie to you guys. At some point in time, while watching tonight's episode of the Bbnaija Pepperdem Gang reunion show, a deep part of me was just saying, Tacha talk, Tacha talk, Tacha talk. Like, guys, seriously, this is what I am perceiving. I feel like Tacha, in the sense of she has moved on, she's being comported and poised, you know. I feel like she's taking so much shit from these housemates. Like, the way Seyi entered Tacha today, he even repeatedly insulted her again, and Ebuka even allowed Seyi to continue. But when Tacha wanted to say her own part, they were collecting the words from her mouth, and then Seyi had a whole long ass, I think 2 or 3 minutes, talking about friendship, insulting Tacha, saying things, common sense is not common, blah blah. Like, guys, seriously, I think for just one episode, I think we need to bring back the old Tacha. Period. We need to just bring back the old Tacha. At least let her stand up for herself. Gosh! Guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Elijah, and this is Frankly Speaking with Glory. As usual, guys, I've brought to you all the amazing gist. Today was quite intense, very, very intense. You know, people said their mind, people spoke their mind, you know, everybody laid it there. And I'm just going to start from the beginning, so you definitely need to watch to the end of this video so that you do not miss anything at all. So guys, the reunion today, Ebuka said it's still about confrontations and fights. I think this theme started yesterday with the conversation between Mercy and Tacha. So Ebuka first of all played the clip of Tacha quarreling with Elo and Diane. You know, that was when Elo was the HOH, and they had the box. I think it was the Ultimate Veto Power box. That was the week when they were all collating pictures and all of that, and Biggie gave the housemates a strong instruction that if they misplaced the box by any way, that the punishment was going to be very, very serious, you know. So I think at that point in time, Tacha had just recently been cleared of all the strikes that she had in the house, you know. So I think she was actually really scared of catching another strike, you know. So it was actually Cindy that forgot that box in the arena. That was the very day that Two-Face came with the alternate sound band, yeah, in the arena, you know. So it was really a fun and joyous day that day. But then Cindy chuffle though, can't forget box on that table, come up for arena, enter house. By the time they got into the house, I think Diane, it was supposed to be in the care of Diane and Elo at some point, but they gave it to Cindy. So it was when they got into the house, they asked where is the box, and that was when they realized that the box had been left in the arena. So before they would rush back, the ninjas had closed the door. Cindy kept quiet and stayed in one corner eating the remaining food that she brought from the arena. Like, guys, seriously, that girl is so funnily annoying. She was annoying in the house, you know. Cindy sit down one corner, they chop food, everybody was shouting, tempers were flaring, but Tacha shouted the most. Now, even that day when I saw Tacha shouting, I was like, babe, calm down, you are screaming. Like, guys, Tacha was literally screaming that day, and I didn't really like all the shout she was shouting. But then another thing that I noticed was that Elo Zonam was attacking Tacha, you know, like was also shouting at Tacha for no reason. And he was shouting at Tacha because Tacha was actually shouting like, why would you guys misplace the box, we're going to get punished, blah blah blah, you know. And Diane kept quiet, and then out of the blues, Diane took up the fight, you know. She said that Tacha was actually referring to her, you know, and that was when Diane was, you know, pointing at Tacha, and then Tacha said that Diane poked or punched her eye. Now, what happened was that as that thing was ongoing, guys, remember, the cameras went off, there was an advert on that day. So nobody, literally nobody except Biggie and the controllers inside, let's say at the control room, that actually saw if Diane punched Tacha in the eyes or not. Till today, nobody knows. But it is only Tacha that knows that Diane punched her eye. Diane is still maintaining that she only pointed at Tacha, that she did not do anything wrong, you know. So Ebuka asked Elo what happened. No, he asked Cindy first, and Cindy said that she was actually shouting in the background though, that it was in her care, but nobody heard her. But we know that she's actually lying because she wasn't saying anything. She was just laughing because she was enjoying the drama. And then Ebuka asked Elo And then said he was actually very upset because he had lost his temper. He was trying to calm down, and the fact that Tacha was shouting, he just couldn't contain it. So he too lost his temper and was shouting. Then Ebuka asked Tacha why she was angry at Elo and Diane, because it seemed like every other person in the house was not really upset about the matter, but she was upset. And Tacha said that she was scared of Biggie's punishment. Remember, guys, she was the housemaid that actually had 2 strikes, and then Ike joined her in having 2 strikes, and they've had several punishments in the house because her team had lost like 1 or twice, and the punishments were not palatable at all. So she said she was scared of Biggie's punishment. Then Ebuka asked Diane, what happened, and Diane said that she only remembered after she had run from the arena into the house, but by the time she would try to go outside, the ninjas had shut the doors. So she was really upset because Tacha made it all about herself, because Tacha kept on shouting non-stop. According to Diane, she does not like it when people are shouting at her. It makes her feel under pressure. So according to Diane, she said that if the clip can be played that she actually punched Tacha's eye, that she's going to definitely apologize to Tacha right there and then. But if there's no clip, then she's not going to apologize because she feels like she did not do anything to Tacha, she was only pointing. So Ebuka said that, but there was a lot of ruckus going on that day in the house, so it's possible that your finger must have, or your hand must have punched Tacha's eye, and Diane maintained that the only way she's going to accept that is if the clip was played. But guys, I'm sorry to say, there's not going to be any clip, because the organizers of the show at that point in time, everybody was fed up with Tacha. So even that time, I remember the argument on my channel, people said that Biggie actually deliberately switched off the camera so that Tacha could be dealt with, because at that point in time, there was already the saying that, oh, Tacha is actually the angry bird in the house, blah 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 blah, And so Diane still maintained that her intention was not to actually harm Tacha, but to warn Tacha that on a normal day, if she was going to deal with someone, she was going to give the person a slap and not a punch. That was Diane's own line of defense. And then Tacha said that during the multi-choice event, she actually got there, she spoke with everyone, hugged everyone, and then she went to Seyi and she tried talking to Seyi, and Seyi snubbed her, acting like he never even knew her at all. But then he hugged Seyi, and then he moved on to Diane, and he was talking to Diane, and Diane folded her arms, and Diane jumped in at that point in time and said no, that what happened was that they met at the multi-choice event, and both of them were shouting, keep that same energy. Tacha was shouting, keep that same energy, and then they laughed about it, and then they went their separate ways. So Ebuka asked Diane, or both of them, that where is the relationship at now, and then Diane said that they were cool, that she has actually moved on. Guys, let me not lie to you, see this part where they were having this conversation, I felt so upset, because I felt like Tacha was not just in the mood at all to even defend herself or even defend what the other housemates were saying, because it felt like this whole reunion thing, I feel like they just brought Tacha there so that everybody, all the housemates that actually have grievances or beef with her, they could just come and bash her. And it's as if they know that she's not going to talk a lot, so everybody is actually giving more airtime to talk. But when Tacha wants to talk, they edit that part, and then the next thing you're seeing is Ebuka is asking the other person a question, and then when Tacha wants to talk, they edit that part, and the next thing you're seeing is an advert. Gosh, give us Tacha for just one episode. Let me continue. As I was saying, Ebuka asked Seyi about his relationship with Tacha, and then he played the clip of when Seyi and Tacha were actually having a serious argument in the house. Now the argument that they were having, remember when Seyi was actually trying to talk to Tacha in the garden, and Tacha was not ready for that conversation, and that was the part the point in the show where Tacha, when Sadi had been evicted, and Tacha and Khafi became very, very close. So at that point in time, guys, people who actually watched this show, they could see clearly that Seyi was actually jealous of Tacha and Khafi's relationship. Seyi did not like Khafi. For him, he felt like he was always gossiping with other housemates that Khafi was a snake, Khafi was a snitch, Khafi was this and that, Khafi was all over the place. So for the fact that he wanted to be very, very close to Tacha, but Tacha was giving more of her attention to Khafi, Seyi was upset. There was even a point in time that Seyi won the HOH, head of house, again, I think for the 3rd time or the 2nd time, and he invited Tacha to come and stay with her in the HOH room, but Tacha refused. And then when Khafi won HOH the next week, Khafi chose Tacha and Tacha accepted. So that aggravated Seyi's beef with Tacha. This one, guys, if you missed that episode, go back to my Bbnaija playlist and watch it all. It's all there, you know. So at that point in time, Seyi was already beefing Tacha, and then he switched over to the Mercy Mike's camp, you know, in the house. He just decided to just dislike Tacha, and he was trying to have that conversation with Tacha, but Tacha refused, and then Seyi got upset, and that was the day that Seyi called Tacha a puta or puto or whatever. In other words, it means a prostitute, you know. So he also insulted Tacha, called her shit, she's not shit, she's nothing, blah blah blah. He insulted Tacha A to Z. This one no be say. So Ebuka actually played that clip, and then he asked Seyi that what happened, and Seyi said that he felt like his relationship or his friendship with Tacha was not reciprocated. He felt like anytime he wanted to come close to Tacha, Tacha was always switching her mood, you know. So it felt like the relationship was based on Tacha's terms, you know. And then according to him, he said he wanted to be treated, that Tacha did not want her to be treated the way she was treated, that he felt like whenever Tacha wanted attention, that's when Tacha came to him. So Ebuka asked Tacha about Seyi, that what went wrong, and she said that of course they had misunderstandings in the house, but when he said that he would make her get a third strike, and then he also called her a prostitute, called her names, then she felt like no, that was the height of it, that no matter the situation that they had in the house, but no matter the problem that they had in the house, it shouldn't have gotten to that point, that was a strong word. And guys, I actually forgot to chip that in. There was a time that Seyi and Tacha actually had an issue in the house, and that was a period that Tacha actually had 2 strikes in the house. A third strike would have resulted in Tacha being disqualified at that point in time, and Seyi was very, very intentional and deliberate about what he said, and he said that that was his mission, that he was going to ensure that Tacha got a third strike so that she could leave the house. So apparently Tacha heard all of that, and then that was what she said, that she could not trust Seyi at that point in time, you know. And guys, this was the point where Ebuka literally gave Seyi another long airtime to explain himself. And Seyi, although Seyi made a lot of valid points, you know, that when you are friends with someone, you want to respect the person, you want to give the person that, you know, regard and all of that. So he was saying that Tacha did not give him the regard. But then at that point in time, Seyi was not insulting Tacha. He said, you ain't shit, blah, 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 blah. If you were shit, you can be flushed away, blah, blah, blah. And then he said that common sense is not common. That was what he insulted Tacha again on the show. He said common sense is not common. And guys, this part really pissed me off, because Tacha really kept quiet. Honestly, guys, I really commend the fact that when all these shades and all these jabs and all these insults are coming in, she's just calmly taking it all in, and she's just smiling. And guys, I know that it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of courage for her to do that, but come on, I thought the reunion was all about, you know, people sorting out their differences and reaching a resolution according to what Ebuka said. But no, it seemed like Seyi came with his arsenal of elevated insults once again for Tacha, and he really dished it out today in the guise of giving a friendship speech. Anyways, guys, Seyi also said, Ebuka asked Seyi that okay, that they were actually very close in the house, that even viewers outside started creating stanships for them, you know, this Seyi relationship stanship, you know, blah blah blah, you know, that are they still cool outside the house? And Seyi said no way, that he burnt his own part of the ship long ago and he buried that bullshit, blah blah blah, that he doesn't know about her, that he has burnt that ship, blah 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 blah. And then Ebuka asked Tacha that, look, that are you guys still friends? And Tacha said no, that they are not enemies, but they are not friends either, they are cool. So Isilomo and Avala joined the housemates, and guys, this was the part that actually just got me tired. I'm like, which kind wahala be this one again? Egba mio. Like, Isilomo and Avala, they actually are fighting over a freaking man. They are fighting over a man outside their house. And then Ebuka asked Avala if they were friends and why they are not talking. And Avala said that something happened between her and someone. She actually introduced this person to Isilomo. So when she had a problem with the person, instead of Isilomo to have her back, that Isilomo was now supporting the person, that she felt betrayed. So Isilomo joined via Zoom, and Ebuka asked Isilomo that why didn't she, you know, say anything. And Isilomo said, Ebuka, listen, that this situation that Avala is actually talking about, it has nothing at all to do with the show. This thing actually happened long ago in December, and according to Isilomo, Avala was actually wrong in what she did, and as a friend, she could not stand for the wrong thing that Avala did, you know, so she couldn't take Avala's side. And Avala was very upset that, no, Isilomo, you were not loyal. Sorry, guys. You were not loyal. You were not loyal. You betrayed me. Blah, 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 blah. Isilomo was like, Avala, how can you bring our own personal relationship onto the Big Brother Nigeria reunion show? You know, Isilomo was very upset. And guys, trust me, I completely agree with Isilomo, because for me, if I have an issue with a friend, why should I bring it onto international television to come and talk about it? I mean, if I were Avala and Ebuka asked me why we're not talking, I'm like, oh, nothing, seriously, it's just girls talk. Why do I have to bring a situation? And the most shameful part of it again was when Avala admitted that it was actually a man, because Isilomo kept on saying that no, that they are friends, they are going to resolve their situation outside the show and not on the show, that Avala is a friend, they're going to resolve the situation. Isilomo even said that she actually tried to reach out to Avala, you know, December and I think early January, even a couple of times, even at Kimopra's birthday party. But Avala refused to give her attention. Avala refused to give her the audience, you know. So she decided to just back off, you know. So Ebuka asked Avala that, do you agree that you took too long to respond? And Avala said she might have, you know. So Isilomo was very upset. Now, guys, I'm like, these two women, you people have a situation outside. Avala, why would you even bring it to Big Brother Nigeria reunion show? Like, it doesn't really make sense, you know, because while they were talking and Avala unconsciously blotted out that it was actually because of a man, you know, all the other housemates, they were making a jest of it. They were actually laughing, and I'm like, you see what you do yourself? You for just carry the situation outside, make una resolve on our own issue. Why would you even bring it onto the show? Anyways, guys, that was all that actually happened on the show today, guys. Isilomo said that she's over it. You know, Avala said that being friends with Isilomo is actually a lot of hard work. She's tired of it. She's over and done with it, you know. So, guys, basically, that was what happened on the show today. I'm not just satisfied with the way the conversation between Seyi and Tacha actually went, you know. Yesterday's own was actually good. There was no insults thrown between Mercy and Tacha. But today's own, for the fact that Seyi was just subtly insulting Tacha, I felt like, come on, you can as well say your piece without insulting the girl, you know. But I like what Tacha did anyways, you know. She did not overreact. She did not insult Seyi back, you know. Although there was the point where Ebuka played the video clip of when he was questioning Tacha about what happened, and Tacha made that statement of, remember that statement she made, that what she has achieved at the age of 23, Seyi has not achieved it, blah 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 blah, you know. Although Tacha stood her grounds, because Seyi was insulting her already, she stood her grounds and said that yes, that she maintains her stand. Anyways, guys, I know a lot of you are going to be coming for me right now, coming from my head, saying that, oh Glory, you're a Tacha fan, you're a Tacha fan, whatever. This is my frank opinion, guys. Go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. I will see you guys in tomorrow morning's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing night. Bye.